Hello, hello, my crafty friends. It's Monday. It's been 10 days since I last saw you, so I'm excited to catch up with everybody. It takes me a little bit to figure out where I'm at. Crazy. So we have a lot to cover, so we can maybe get a chance to do some creating. I'm really excited about some of this stuff, but to know kind of what's going on with all the fun stuff, because there is a bunch of stuff. And lo and behold, we're into April. Which is nutsy. Hi, Tina. How are you? So I wanted just to give you guys a chance to get on and talk about a few things that are running in the background here. Besides way too much stuff all over the place. Trying to make sure I have it all. I'm hoping that we get a chance to make one, if not two different cards, but we'll see. We have time. So I'll give you guys. Tina, how was your weekend? Pat, how was your weekend? And Pat, thank you for catching that little bit about the dates on the, I don't know how I got up there with a Tuesday, Friday. We haven't done Tuesday, Friday for a while. So thank you. For the most part, I look pretty straight. I'm just going to kind of let me know if you can hear me. Pat, can you hear me? Oh, great. So we have, hello, Bernice. Oh, I'm so sorry you've been sick, Tina. That stinks. Oh, I feel like I made it worse. It's always fun trying to get this figured out. Not figured out. All right, I think the camera does not always go the direction you think it ought to go. All right, so let's get this show on the road. First, happy 26th anniversary to me on many different fronts. You know, first, there's close to my heart. There's Stampin' Up! Anniversary. There is my marriage anniversary. Hey, Judy, how are you? Oh, my goodness. Hey, Jennifer. Scarlett, I love it. Love seeing all you guys. So there are some big milestones here. And then, of course, Sarah Grace is turning big 18 on the 10th of April. So during this period, you have an opportunity to get the die cut machine because it is a surprise. The die cut machine is expensive. It's $140, but with my discount, it comes out to be $105. So this is available to you until the 10th of April. You have to have that email to me. Do not order it yourself. You must order it through me. That's really super important. And I think it was Pat, so you and I that figured out that there were not only does that. I know, I can't believe she's turning 18 either, Tina. I'm sort of in shock. And she just drove herself across the bridge into Portland to a friend's house and then to her troupe, it's kind of like a dance troupe, but it's circus stuff instead. So if you are interested in taking me up on this anniversary offer of getting this die cut machine, I know that you really need to get it. We found out that the embossing folders that have the thin cuts in them do not work with the scissors. So that was an interesting thing to try and figure out the other day. All right, one thing down, but you need to email me at linda@lindacreates.com and let me know, and I use your credit card to make the purchase. Last Chance products, they're up, they're there. Make sure you check it out. There's some more new stuff that's been loaded. Okay, product of the month of March. So these products of the month are still available, guys. I just want you to know that you get to choose one, only one each month. So this month, though, it's the eyelet die, and I honestly can't wait to get it. I got home and then we got into Easter and that, so this is my first time to kind of sit down and think about what my order is and get it here. So can't wait to play with it. It is a full-size card front. Now, it's really neat. It's $5 with a $75 order at subtotal. So if you have $75 in your cart and you use $25 of Stampin' Rewards, then it will only be a $50 cart and you will not be eligible for the product of the month. So just know that. 12 by 12, my scrapbookers. This is really a gorgeous paper. And I will have a scrapbooking guide. Say goodbye to these colors: Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Shy Shamrock, and Summer Splash. If you need paper, re-inkers, ink pads, thank you, Judy. It's 26 years. Woohoo for us. Then you want to pick up what you can get right now before it goes. Got to check the back. Paper Pumpkin is Lakeside Retreat, which is very pretty. And it coordinates with a paper pack that's going to be coming out in the May catalog. And if you haven't, catalogs are ordered. They ship somewhere towards the end of the month. Okay, I have a ton of scrapbooking guides, guys. So if you picked up the square snippets, I have a whole thing of in the album, or an album in the group that has all the supplies that you need. Order the supplies, and you get the guide for free. You just have to let me know that you did that so I can check your order. Then same thing here with Exploring Nature. This was actually done with the workshop itself, so you would order the workshop. A lot of this is the stickers. Some of it is print and cut, but I just wanted to give you guys a really quick reminder. I have to tell you, this is my favorite paper pack from the January through January through April catalog. And a lot of print and cut to make the ephemera here, to create your clusters. And all of this is in a guide for you guys to cut and create. You just print this out of your Cricut and you're good to go. Yeah. So I just think it's so gorgeous that I have to share this with you guys just because it's so gorgeous. So this is posted in the group. This was our, so know that that's there, know that it's wonderful, it's available, and it makes beautiful pages. Outdoor pages, guide pages, whatever. It's pretty gender neutral. This kit is getting mailed out probably this afternoon, but more likely tomorrow. This will get out. Reports are finalized. Love this little basket kit, and I can't wait to see what you guys create. I know I'm going 90 miles an hour. I get it, guys. This is the Folding Edge Create It Your Way card. This is for, gosh, are we in April? Yes, this is April's kit. I don't have mine made because things got done weird in March, and I totally forgot to grab the guide to get this made. Again, using my favorite paper of all papers, and be prepared for some cards. I don't really have some other pictures, but these pictures are again up in the group for you to take a look at. I love the dies for the nature set, this little wood piece. So cute. All right, who are my beach people? Give me some love if you are into the beach. If you are into the beach, I just completed putting together this workshop, and it is now going to be available. Got it edited. Isn't this just gorgeous? Yeah, this is the beach boardwalk. We did not use the workshop this time. We just used the paper and the stickers. Hello. You're at the beach right now, Scarlett? Oh my goodness. Paradise Found, Sunshine and Smiles. Ocean Air, Beach Hair. And then I am probably going to make something that says Don't Care, because that always reminds me of that. I have to take pictures of this. It's like I literally just finished it before we got together. High Tides, Good Vibes, Waves of Joy. Could be used for a couple different themes. Oh, girls trip now. See, that's great. This is the perfect project for you guys. Life's a Journey, Make a Splash. I love the turtles. And all of these are done for you in the Cricut, and they're print and cut. So you don't have to assemble them. You just print them and then run it through your Cricut to cut them out. And this is 9, so 9 layouts out of that paper pack, along with, you know, you have to have extra base pages and things like that. And this is the last one in that set. Salt water heals everything. A day at the beach gives me back my peace. So true. Yep, you're a beach person? Oh yeah, I like that. Everybody give me a little beach icon like Jennifer did. That's cute if you are a beach person. So I believe that gets us through almost everything that we got going on. The discount on the die cut machine, Last Chance products. The new product of the month. Yes, I just cannot wait to get my hands on this. It looks really neat and how people have been able to cut things out. Gotta love stuff like this that you want to get. My trip to Montana was wonderful. Seeing Honey Dad and my sister Lisa was great. It's great fun. All right, so I have 2 cards that I need to do with you guys, and one of them is for scraps and one of them is just because it's a really cool card. So we're going to start off with the just because it's a really cool card, and I've had it sitting here forever to make with you guys. I love the bugs. I realize not everybody loves bugs, but I love the bugs. I need to have some more adhesive. I'm running out of adhesive. I've been pretty busy. All right. So this is a flap card that has a piece of acetate in the center of it to hold this piece in the center up. And so you have kind of multiple layers in there. And the way I did the papers to try and make it look like it's running down, which may not work. We'll see what we got going on here. Because I found this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is another one of those things I said I was going to make and then never got around to making. So you'll need a 1-inch piece of window sheet or acetate. I call it acetate. And it needs to be, yeah, it's 4 1/4 on this, and that's fine. That works for this. Yes, I love it, Scarlett. That's a perfect beach. I love it. Oh my gosh. You know, it's been lovely actually to get to catch up with a bunch of you guys as you place orders for that. I can put it in underneath that. As you place orders for the, my brain just died again. Nothing new, right? Yep, that works. For the die cut machine, and I get to actually talk to you guys and catch up, and it's just really been delightful to do that. I did a bunch of pre-cutting on this, and I was going to do this with you guys ages ago, so let's grab some of these pieces. And the thing I'm going to do is I cut these are like 0.75. These are cut at 1 inches, so this should fit. I might have messed that up, but you might have needed to be 1 1/4. But yeah, it looks like it was 1 1/4. So 1 1/4, 1 inch. So I'm gonna have to chop this down a little bit. The acetate is 1 inch. One inch by 4 1/4, which is what we need to have it for this. And things are going to be just a little bit off because I did not cut that at 1 1/4. I sure did not. All right, I don't like it. Back to the drawing board, and I'm just going to show you guys how to cut this face. So you need an 8.5 by 11, and this is Berry Burst, or no, Blackberry Bliss. It's getting a little warm in my little humble abode here. Guys, I left here at 57, and it has been 75 since I got back. I'm not complaining too much, but boy, talk about a temperature change from Montana where I had snow. Okay. You're going to score this at 4 1/4. Take an 8.5 by 11. I have the scoreboard. I use the tool, but this is out and I don't have to get it out. Now there's 2 different ways you can do this, and these are 1 1/4. We're going to measure this time though. Oh, it's a very fun card. Yep, it's 1 1/4. Okay. So these do not need to be 1 inch. They need to be 1 1/4 to make this card work. And hopefully I didn't mess it up. You have 2 different ways you can do this. But you're going to put it into your cutter. And you have this edge right here on this cutter. Or on the die, or the cutter, on the blade. You see that little mark? That's where the blade inserts into the paper. So if I take 1 1/4, put this down, line that line there up with the crease and cut down, I will have that right there. Isn't that neat? And then 1 1/4 that way. I find it a little safer to start where I want it to end. Oh, you know, I have a couple of you guys that do that. You do the cards for sailors. It's a very cool thing to do. All right. So let's take a look at all these cute little pieces, because I do want this to make sense on the inside, and I hope I didn't. I might have more, so that when I'm on the inside, I want it to come down. See how I'm doing that? Trying to get it to slightly line up a little bit there so it makes sense. Okay, this one doesn't. This one does not. So these are going to be my front pieces. You know, I had all these cute little pieces cut out here so that I wouldn't have to sit here and find it. Okay, so here's the inside piece. This base for this paper pack was the cream. I know they don't call it cream. I'm not really sure what they call it. So I'm going to put this piece into here right now. We're going to put these 2 pieces on the outside, and I may have to rethink what I was going to do here because I feel like I'm missing strips. I'm almost sure, but the good news is I have paper, right? When all else fails, I have extra paper here for my scrap card. That is really cool. Okay. So you're not going to do anything fancy other than put these 1 inch by 4 inch strips. Okay. Yes. So print and cut. So in your Cricut design space, you have the option to take any image in there and either cut it out and piece it together by different layers, or you can flatten those layers and do print and cut. It's my saving grace because as much as I think having all of those things put together is really neat, it is time consuming, and time is a commodity in my world. Sure it is in most of your world. And putting those together, you know, I can try. Sometimes I do a decent job, sometimes not so much. So my new friend is print and cut, and designing those design space files for you guys is pretty crazy, but definitely worth it. All right. So this is an important piece to pay attention to. You're going to leave that piece down, this piece up, and you're going to take your acetate, and your acetate is going to go halfway in the middle. I don't ever measure, so I'm sure that give or take, and you have enough. See how that works? And you just put that on straight. Then when you have the pieces, these pieces go over the top, so it like seals it. You don't have that, the Cricut or the printing cuts. Who else do I know that's doing the, okay, so this one I'm going to cut just a little bit off of it because I want it to match my 4 inches, and it's just a little bit long. There we go. You have the old Cricut. And it does not work with Design Space at all. You will, when you do upgrade, it'll be amazing. But I'm going to do this straight down, and you're going to leave just a little bit of that cream edge right there. And that makes it look like that is a running strip, right? I'm really confused about where the other strips went. But okay, so we're here. We're done. But this is how it would look if we knew where the other strip was at. This is so bizarre. Okay, well, I'll cut another one when we get to that. So putting together this flip here, that goes on the bottom. Okay. Put a little adhesive in the middle. Don't panic about where it's at. And this piece gets lined up in the center of it. Like that. Oh, Pat, Design Space changes the world as far as I'm concerned when it comes to stamping and die cuts. And yeah, it's, if you ever want to just get online, Pat, let's see, so here is our Sweet Bugs, and then I keep my dies in the same envelope, but just as a reminder. And I need to get my little grass out here. We're just going to add some cute little grass in here. We're going to use it, no, not a wallet. I'm normally not this discombobulated. Mossy Meadow, there it is. Grab a tiny block, because you just need a little tiny block, and we're going to go ahead and just stamp some little cutie patooties onto here. So who is excited about our ink pads coming back magnetic? Besides me. And Connie, Bernice, Connie, who's on here a lot, she also does something to do with the soldiers and does a ton of them. Well, that should not be drying out. So all of the new in colors, and we will have a box opening on Thursday. So you want to be here. Yes. I don't want to say my hands are crabby because I really don't have that going on, but I sure miss the ease, and I still make a huge mess. This piece goes over this, and effectively that hides your, I love this nesting die, that hides that adhesive that was on this one. And these hide the adhesive on there. I just have to cut myself another strip. And this is going to be our giveaway card. All right. So these were stamped and then colored with our alcohol markers. And I created these fun mushrooms with the dies that are part of this kit. And I did a lot of inking on these because I felt like it added a great deal of dimension to this. We have other purposes for those we're going to play with here in a little bit. Okay. And this is just gonna pop over here like this. Say, how cute is this, right guys? This is going to be a giveaway card, so somebody is going to be lucky enough to take this home. This guy comes right into here, just cruising along with his little leaf umbrella. And yeah. And we're just going to add. Now, these, I have to tell you, at first I was like, clear, why did they give us clear? But you know what, they look pretty dang cute on here. And also looks pretty cute. Just doing a few little dots on here to just kind of make, you know how toadstools will have little white dots. And all I'm doing is adding. I didn't think about doing this on the original card, but now it's on the card to go out in the mail. And these actually look like raindrops or dewdrops, depending on your idea. So there you go. And then, of course, we're going to add some ladybugs, because that ladybugs are just stinking cute. All right, so the next card that we're going to make, because I'm actually cruising along, will be a little bit long today, but I have a bunch of scraps from doing cards with this set. Yes, I am a little bit ladybug crazy, and it definitely exceeds 3 embellishments on this card, but I kept my numbers even, or odds, I'm sorry, except for the raindrops, because I put them one on each one. And there you go. So this card, I'll cut another strip of that paper, which I have over here, so that it will match up. And there you go. All right. So we've done those 2 cards. We're going to put this off to the side, and I'm going to show you this other card that I've got going on to the side here. And sometimes you have those little itty bitty scratches, those itty bitty scraps of papers. So I'm going to put this to the over here so you guys can look at how this works. This is a "4" by 5 1/4 inch. Okay, so you're going to need your standard card. You got to build that ahead. But on this, we're going to create this kind of background, and then we're going to add some things to it. Things that you need to have is a good ruler, a white eraser because it doesn't gum up and make things gooey, and then a glue eraser because sometimes you just can't help but make a mess. All right, then you have a bunch of these strips, and the sample that I saw showed it all as a 1/8 of an inch. But I end up with a lot of 1/4 inch strips. So I decided that I wasn't going to try to cut all those down, but I still wanted to be able to use them. So once you have this, you go 2 inches is the center, and you just put a line 1 3/8 in, and we're going to put adhesive atop of the line and below the line. So this is it, so that you can kind of snapshot that, screenshot, whatever you want. This does go up on YouTube, so you will have it there. And you just take these little strips and you put them here. You're going to want liquid glue also, because I did find that out. These little strips are approximately 4 inches in length. And I did not glue down the edges of these until I was done and happy. Keyword happy. And it's just kind of a neat way to utilize these strips, and heavens knows I do better about throwing them out, but I really hate throwing them out. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your strip, and you can see what I was doing there, and this is the inside, and then that is the top that you want to cover up. And everything goes in between at an angle. You choose how you want that angle to work. Okay. And you're just using that as a reference. But I just know that some of you guys have got 1,001 strips running around like this. We keep them. Let's do something useful with them. And then I need one for the center there. I haven't used. I need a little thin green. Maybe I won't have anybody. I want to use red because I already used red. Wow, I might have used all my end things up. This is the one I was looking for. Okay, you got that down. Don't have to worry so much about that center because you're going to do. This is also a good element you can create that would go in a spot on a scrapbook page. I wouldn't do it for everything. But then you're going to take your liquid glue. I'm telling you, liquid glue is your best friend in this. Oops. I need to refill this bottle. And you're just going to glue that down. Liquid glue gives you a little bit of freedom for play to make sure that you kind of have them where you want. And that's how you would do that heart. Okay. You guys got the idea? Thumbs up about how that works. You've been forcing yourself. Yeah, most of the time I do, and I just happen to have a bunch of this and I saw it created online. So this is definitely a case card. And I even think I kind of laughed because that was using the same paper. All right, we got some thumbs up. So this makes sense. So once you're done with this, set it aside, let her dry, because we did use liquid glue here. Make sure your glue mat stays, and you're going to turn around and trim all of that off. Okay. All right. So here we go. Next step is to create a fun piece right here. And I'm going to use the sentiment Hello Friends. And I did block this up before I started this, precisely so that I would have it out and not have to worry about where in the heck it went. And imagine the fact that we are, where is it? It is here somewhere, you guys, I promise. Oh heavens. Does anybody see a smaller square block somewhere? I gotta love myself. Oh, here it is. And we're gonna use Hello Friend. And this red is is it Poppy Parade or Real Red? I can't remember. So we go like this, we go like this, we like Real Red. I prefer Real Red over Poppy Parade about any day. I'm just going to stamp that. So here we are using, this is out of that stamp set, you guys. So the bug stamp set. And even though bugs do not belong in our house, they are useful, or do have their uses, and they're not in my house, right? All right. So we are going to do some quick doodling on this. I'll finish one and then I'll finish the other. And we're going to take these amazing papers. How many of you guys have the bug paper at all? And by the way, the dies cut out some of those bugs in there, or you can hand cut them like I did. I was too lazy to put I currently have my machine set up for the impression dies, and so I was just too lazy to you can see there's a science to this knot. All right. All right, I need some dimensionals. It's a pretty big piece, so don't be too shy about dimensionals. I'm glad to have some happiness. And then I'm going to show you like how cute these. So Barbara, this is a card that you can easily make, and 4 inches is not an uncommon length of these strips, so it just takes a little bit to make that come true. Look at that. Now we have some little white marks on here, and these erasers, they're the white erasers. I get them off of Amazon. But unlike a pencil and eraser, which can like streak up your paper because it catches the lead, and then the lead is not very good. If you know what I'm talking about there. See, so that, and this is going to be a white on white, and then I took the heavy white cardstock, cut it in half. Okay, now we're looking for the bone folder. Oh my goodness, you guys. This was all clean before we started this. Honest Injun. I love the fact that I can have 4 bone folders up here and not find one. Isn't that cute? Alrighty. When all else fails, my bone folder is often a block, in case you have issues like I have. And that is going to go onto there, but I am going to add a little bit of doodling on this edge, because the white to the white I'm not a big fan of. And I'm going to kind of just keep that little squiggly thing that I just stuck in there. You know, make your own doodle design. If this one you're like, oh Linda, that's just awful. Oh, make your own. But I want it to coordinate with the piece that I did right there. Kind of looks like. All right. So now we have something. See how much better that is. And you could even put this and give it some dimension as well. In fact, let's do that. I'm going to take this edge right here. They're in art stores for erasing, yes. Do you by chance know the brand name of them? But that's how I discovered them, was for watercolor sketching. And then you want to get the lead off. And they're wonderful for doing that. Thanks. You know, I think doodling is a very inexpensive way. I was going to say cheap, but inexpensive way to dress up your card, add a fun element design without costing any money whatsoever. And you already have most of us have a journal pen or 2 or 10. This is the outside of the dimensionals. Throw nothing away. Don't tell my husband I said that. He is at the point of throw everything away. All right, so now we will have card number 2 that we're going to give away here. So this paper has some really super cute and fun, make sure I have that all off, bugs in it. And you can use the dies, or you can hand cut if you don't have the dies. So now you have a nice stack up there. And here's this cute little bug here. Actually, I had a bunch of cute little bugs over here, so let's get some our 2 little friends here. You know, you can have Do we like the snail with the ladybug better, or do we like the caterpillar with the cute little acorn hat? And I'll let you guys vote really quick. I need some bugs going that direction. Or maybe, you know what? Snail. Okay, one is a snail, so I want to cut. Yeah. So they have lots of cute. Okay, snail wins. Now, because I did double stack this, I am not going to put this on dimensionals. Had I put that base on flat, I would have put this on dimensionals. The reason why I will not is because it's going to pop it up into the next thickness. Thank you, Bernice, very much. Okay. Needs to be a little bit of something underneath, friend. So I probably will not have the leaves underneath this, but with this, when you cut the paper out to create ephemera or stickers or whatever you want to call it, make sure to move the paper. Scissors are really easy. I really tried to convince Jeff that he can pass Scissors 101 if he would just move the paper and not try and use the scissors to cut things out. We are 26 years later, and he still says he's failed Scissors 101. I actually started close to my heart like 1 week before we got married, the 25th of March. And we got married on April Fool's Day. So that hopefully we will always have laughter in our life. Even when the days are not salad days, as my mom puts it. This is probably a little bit more detailed than I normally would have done. All right, let's see what fits. And I think those are really cute on there. I'm going to cut off about 1/4 of an inch. You can see I'm so exact here. And go ahead, guys. So we have 2 cards to give away. I have 2 numbers off to the side here. Number 1 to 30. Closest to without going over. Okay. This is getting difficulty. When all else fails, pull out liquid glue. And get rid of scraps. So fun cards. Oh, I did a pretty darn good job. And then, of course, we have to add our little bugs, because this card is made for these precious. I have to tell you, I bought a lot of extra of these because when they came back in the stock, finally, I just think they're so cute. 5 from Jennifer. Pass from Bernice. Oh, Bernice. These aren't in a kit or anything. Okay. Ooh, Pat. Hey, Patty, you snuck in there on me. So 5 from Jennifer. Patty is 17. Pat is 14. 13 from Scarlett. My favorite number. I'll give you 2 shakes of a lamb's tail here to finish that. Oh, look at how cute. And what a great use of those little scraps. It's really cute. And could you see that on a scrapbook page? I can see this on a scrapbook page if you were to you change the sentiment, maybe a garden walk or something like that. Okay, going once, going twice, and our winners are, let's see, closest to 7 without going over. It looks like Jennifer. And then closest to 19 without going over is Patty, right? Yeah, Patty is 17. So if the two of you, Jennifer and Patty, will private message me your address, you will get these out in the mail. I just have to take a snapshot of this little cutie patootie and it is yours. Thank you, ladies, and be sure to tune in on Thursday because we got the box. It will be here and we have to open all the fun new stuff. I'll talk to you later. Have a great evening.